In this week's Blizz Pro Weekly, Warlords of Draenor gets a release date, Reaper of Souls is set to launch for consoles, new heroes and Heroes of the Storm are revealed at Gamescom, will we ever get new classes in Hearthstone, and why don't we ever do a bitch session anymore? Hey guys, welcome to the newest episode of Blizz Pro Weekly. I, as always, am your host, Chris the Beard Arnone. Yeah, getting a little definition coming back. I'll tell you, it's coming back. Now, as you would expect if you've been paying any attention this last week, we have a lot to talk about with World of Warcraft.
Here's the beef.
Well, JR was completely fucking wrong for once. He predicted Warlords would release before BlizzCon. It would be probably October 14th. However, Blizzard threw everyone a curveball and announced the date to be a week after BlizzCon, November 13th, 2014. The reason it's a curveball, Blizzard normally releases, like most video game companies, on Tuesdays, but November 13th falls on a Thursday. Now also, the cinematic trailer for Warlords of Draenor was revealed at Gamescom 2014. Now, if you were in any way a fan of the original Warcraft 3 and you played through that game and saw those cinematics, this was really a treat. The latest trailer takes us 35 years back to the climactic battle in Warcraft 3 where Grom Hellscream faces off against Mannoroth. But instead of Grom falling victim to Mannoroth's death blast, a time-traveling Garrosh Hellscream appears to save Grom and claim that times change. This seems to be a fitting new origin story for the all-conquering Iron Horde. Now, the physical collector's edition for Warlords of Draenor, as you'd expect, was revealed, and its contents, they're cool, but they're not going to surprise anybody. So, of course, it's going to come with a physical copy of the expansion data, or the install disc, a behind-the-scenes DVD Blu-ray combo, a soundtrack on CD, the Art of Warlords of Draenor book, a mousepad emblazoned with the Warlord Black Hand. In addition, all the digital content promised with the digital deluxe edition is also included. So you're going to get the Dread Raven mount and its matching hatchling pet, Gromosh and Black Hand portraits for StarCraft 2, the Warsong Clan pennant for Diablo III, of course your free level 90 character boost, and a new bonus, we have an exclusive card back for Hearthstone. Now, a recent interview with Tom Chilton has provided us with the raid schedule for Warlords of Draenor. Normal and Heroic Highmaul will open on December 2nd. That's 2.5 weeks after the release of Warlords. Now, the next week is going to see both the Mythic and LFR versions of Highmaul. Now, the second Tier 17 raid, Blackrock Foundry, will then open up several weeks later. Now, given, of course, the Christmas, New Year's holidays right around that area, it is conceivable that several weeks could mean we're going to be seeing this pushed all the way back to January 6th. That's right. Lots of great new information about World of Warcraft. Let's talk a little Diablo.
Stay a while and listen.
The wait is almost over. This Tuesday, in fact, this may have happened in the past, depending on when you watch this video, August 19th, the Ultimate Evil Edition of Diablo III will be released for both the current gen and past gen consoles. So that's your Xbox One, PS4, Xbox 360, PS3. Now the game has received high praise already from reviewers, especially on those current gen consoles where the game runs smoothly at 60 frames per second, 1080p. When you consider Blizzard's promise for post-launch support, the ease to import your characters from past gen consoles, and console-only features like Apprentice Mode and Nemesis, getting this expansion just seems like a no-brainer. Especially for me, I ended up falling in love more with the console version than the PC version. I own them both, but there's just something great about sitting on my couch with my controller in hand. So I'm going to be all over this shit. Alright, let's talk some Heroes of the Storm. Gamescom did not just provide us with a trailer for Warlords of Draenor. It also, as we thought it would, revealed 3 new playable heroes. Azmodan, Chen Stormstout, and Anub Arak will all be coming to the Nexus in the near future. Now, while all of their abilities and talents haven't been fully revealed, there are some screenshots of a few of their talents, and the gameplay trailers provide a little bit of insight into what these heroes are going to bring to the table in terms of skill. So you definitely want to check those out. Some links in the show notes. Alright, let's finish up with a little Hearthstone.
Pull up a chair by the hearth.
So the last month has just been huge for Hearthstone, as the new Curse of Naxxramas cards have slowly been changing the meta as they release, and as each quarter opens up from week to week. Now the final Curse of Naxxramas wing, the Frostworm Lair, is going to be opening on August 19th. Now with the last set of Curse of Naxxramas cards being available to players, we should really start to see the new meta settle as the cream of the crop of those cards rise to the top and helps to, strengthen and hurt certain decks that are out there in the meta right now. So we'll be curious to see how that all plays out. Now, JR was at the Blizzard campus this last week to interview game director Eric Dodds, lead artist Ben Thompson, senior game designer Mike Donais, I don't know, and community manager Christina Sims of the Hearthstone team. Now, it's a really lengthy, it's like an hour-long interview, all kinds of good stuff in there, and of course it's right on our YouTube channel. But let's hit a few of the highlights, shall we? Now, the Hearthstone team currently has no plans whatsoever to create new classes in the game, alright? Not at all. Now, many people have been assuming like a Death Knight class would be on its way, but Dodd said they're not even discussing adding new classes. He went on to say that the design process and balancing for a new class at this point in the game would be extremely difficult. You have to think not only of the new class cards they would need to add, but how would something like a Death Knight play as opposed to, say, a warrior or a monk as opposed to some of the other classes? He said it makes sense in WoW to add new classes, but not so much in Hearthstone. It's quite possible we may never see a new class added to the game. But then again, you look at Magic the Gathering, that game's been around a long time, and you have to think a lot of the things they're doing now, I'm sure Richard Garfield never envisioned or intended for. So, the Hearthstone is still in its infancy. And a lot can change as the years go on. But we want to know, what do you guys think? Do you think Hearthstone is making a big mistake by not adding new classes to the game? Or do you agree with their decision to let it ride as it is, at least for now? Let us know right down there in the comments. Alright, that does it for this week's video. Subscribe right here on YouTube. Awesome channel, or, iTunes, both. Good stuff. Check out blizzpro.tv. You want to listen to subscribe to all of our awesome shows. The Edge, West March Workshop, and the Hearthstone Power Hour. Me, I'm all over the internet. Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr. I'm a Goodreads author. I have my own website. I'm trying to be a more active blogger recently. My book is available on Amazon. It's also on Nook. Now, if you have a question, send us an email at askthebeard@blizzpro.com. Pretty much guaranteed I'm going to read it and make fun of you on the show. That's how it happens. And of course, you want to check out blizzpro.com. All the news, reviews, interviews, everything you need to know about Blizzard Entertainment games. Stay beardy, my friends.